Have you ever felt that the universe is somehow working against you? That no matter how hard you try, things just don't seem to fall into place? What if I told you that it's not the universe that's the problem, but how you're asked? You see, there's a simple truth about the universe. It can't say no when you ask with the right kind of intent and belief. The universe is like a mirror. It simply reflects back to you what you project. But here's the catch. Most of us are asking in the wrong way, unknowingly blocking the very things we want most. So what if you could ask in a way that the universe has no choice but to say yes? What if your thoughts, words, and feelings could align so powerfully that everything you desire becomes inevitable? The secret lies in this one simple trick, a trick that uses a powerful tool we all have, our imagination. When you ask, you must ask as if your wish has already been granted. You don't ask in the way most people do, hoping, wishing, and pleading for things to change. No, you must assume that what you desire is already yours. That's how you manifest with power. You see, the universe operates on the law of assumption. When you assume something to be true, it must become true. This is not just a nice concept, it's a law of life. The universe can only deliver what you believe to be possible. So when you ask as if it is already done. Here's the first key to this process. When you ask, you must be specific, but not in the way most people think. The universe doesn't need to know every detail. Instead, you must ask with feeling. Feel the joy of having what you desire. Feel the relief, the excitement, and the gratitude as if it is already in your life. The universe responds to your feelings, not your words. If you feel the reality of what you're asking for, you are tapping into the unseen forces that are already aligning to bring it to you. Secondly, you must ask without doubt. Doubt is the killer of manifestation. When you doubt, you cancel the request. It's like sending a message to the universe with a question mark instead of a period. Doubt creates a block, a resistance. You must ask with complete certainty. How can you do that? You do it by living in the end, by embodying the feeling of having your desire right now. When you live in the feeling of fulfillment, there is no space for doubt to creep in. Thirdly, ask from a place of gratitude. The universe only delivers more when you show appreciation for what you already have. So before you ask for anything new, pause and give thanks for all that you already possess. This sets the stage for the universe to give you even more. When you ask with gratitude, you signal to the universe that you are ready to receive, and this energy attracts abundance. Lastly, and most importantly, you must ask without attachment. You see, attachment creates a sense of desperation. When you desperately want something, you're not aligned with your desire. You're holding on to it too tightly, which creates resistance. Let go of the how and the when. Trust that the universe is already working on your behalf, and simply ask with the knowing that it is already on its way. When you let go of attachment, you create the space for it to manifest effortlessly. Remember this, the universe doesn't hear your pleas or your desperation. It responds to your assumption, your belief, and your alignment with what you desire. So ask like this. Ask with complete certainty, with feeling, with gratitude, and with a sense of detachment. When you do, the universe has no choice but to say yes. When you ask for something, you must ask with a sense of certainty and a deep connection to the feeling of having already received what you desire. It's not enough to just say the words or express the desire. There must be an emotional energy behind it, a resonance that matches the reality you wish to create. The universe does not respond to your words alone. It responds to the energy, the vibration, the emotional state that you bring into your request. Imagine you are standing in front of a door and you are knocking, hoping for it to open. But how you knock is just as important as the action itself. If you knock with hesitation, with doubt in your heart, unsure if anyone is even on the other side, the door remains closed. If you knock softly, not believing that someone will answer, the chances of the door being opened are slim. However, if you knock with certainty, with a knowing that someone is already on the other side ready to answer, the door will open. You have to knock with the feeling that what you desire is already there. And this is where most people miss the mark. When you truly desire something, you must feel the emotion of having already received it. If you desire wealth, for example, do not just ask for money. Feel the sense of abundance that comes with wealth. How it feels to be free of financial worries, to know that your bills are paid, to have the security to live your life without fear of lack. You have to embody the feeling of abundance as if it is already a part of your current reality. It's the feeling that moves the energy, not just the thought. When you ask with the emotional certainty that it is already yours. Doubt arises when you look at your current situation, and let it define what is possible for you. If you look at your bank account and see that it's empty, or if you look at your job and see no opportunity for growth, it's easy to let that present reality convince you that what you're asking for is impossible. But here's the key. Your present reality is not a reflection of your future. It is merely the outcome of your past beliefs and assumptions. What you see right now is not set in stone. It's simply what you created up to this point. And if you want to create something different, you must stop letting doubt control your mind. When you ask for something, you must ask with the certainty that it is already yours. If you want a new car, ask as if you already have it. If you want a new job, ask as if you're already in that job, enjoying all the benefits and fulfillment that come with it. This is the essence of living in the end. To live in the end means that you must assume that your desire is already fulfilled, that you are already experiencing the reality you wish to create. You do not wait for the circumstances to change. You change your mind and live as if everything is already shifted in your favor. Now, living in the end does not mean that you deny the reality of your current circumstances. It simply means that you are no longer allowing them to dictate your future. When you are living in the end, you are no longer focused on what is happening right now. Instead, you are focused on what you want to happen and on feeling as though it has already happened. It is this shift in focus and energy that brings the desired change. If you continue to focus on the absence of what you want, you will only attract more of that absence. But when you focus on the feeling of having already received your desire, you create the space for it to come to you. Believing that your desire is already fulfilled requires a shift in how you approach life. It's easy to get caught up in the reality of what you see and think that nothing is changing, but that is not the truth. The truth is that everything is always in a state of becoming. The universe is constantly shifting and rearranging itself in response to your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. If you can align yourself with the feeling of your desire already being fulfilled, you will set the wheels in motion for that desire to manifest. When you ask with certainty, you stop asking for permission. You stop waiting for signs, for confirmation, or for something outside of yourself to change. You simply know that it is already yours. This knowing is powerful. It's not wishful thinking or blind hope. It's a deep, unwavering belief that what you desire is already yours. This knowing changes everything because it creates a powerful alignment between your inner world and the outer world. When you believe something to be true, the world must reflect that truth back to you. This is where most people get stuck. They ask for something, but then they wait for evidence. They want the universe to show them that their desire is coming, but they fail to realize that the evidence of their desire is within them. The moment you believe that your desire is already fulfilled, the evidence begins to appear. It doesn't come all at once, and it doesn't come in the way you expect. But if you keep the faith, keep the certainty that it is already yours, the universe will begin to reveal to you the path to your desire. Certainty is not something that you can just turn on overnight. It takes practice and persistence. But the more you live in the end, the more you align yourself with the feeling of having already received what you desire, the stronger your certainty becomes. It's a muscle that gets stronger every time you use it. And once you've cultivated this certainty, it becomes second nature. You no longer need to question whether or not your desire will come to you. You know that it will because you've already assumed it to be true. To live in the end is to live without reservation. It is to stop doubting yourself and your ability to manifest. It is to stop looking at the world with the belief that it's too difficult, too complicated, or too far out of reach. Your desires are not impossible. They are already in your field of possibility. The only thing standing in the way of them coming to you is your doubt. Once you release that doubt and live with the certainty that everything you desire is already yours, you align yourself with the flow of abundance, and the universe has no choice but to deliver what you've asked for. The power of certainty cannot be overstated. When you ask with certainty, you are not just asking for your desire, you are claiming it. You are standing firm in the knowledge that what you want is already on its way to you. You are not waiting for the world to change. You are changing your own inner world, and in doing so, the outer world must follow. Certainty is the key to unlocking the doors of manifestation. When you ask with unwavering faith, the universe cannot say no. It must say yes because you have already made it so. This is where the mistake lies for many people. They ask, but they don't truly feel their desire. They may say the words, I want more money, or I want a new job. But their mind and heart are filled with uncertainty. They focus on the absence of what they want, rather than the presence of it. And when you focus on absence, you reinforce that very absence in your life. The key is to shift your focus from what is missing to what you already have. Feel grateful for what you have right now. And from that place of gratitude, ask for more. It's not enough to just speak the words of desire. You must also embody the feelings of fulfillment. If you are asking for love, for example, do not just ask for a loving relationship. Feel the joy, the warmth, the connection that comes with being loved. Feel the contentment and the peace that arises from being in a relationship where you are understood, appreciated, and valued. These emotions will draw your desires to you. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, does not respond to words alone. It responds to the vibration you offer. This brings us to the importance of imagination. Imagination is the bridge between the world you desire and the one you currently experience. If you want to manifest something, you must see it clearly in your mind's eye and feel it in your heart. Imagine yourself living the life you want to live. See yourself in the new job. Feel the excitement of the new opportunity. Hear the conversations. See the smiles. And most importantly, feel the joy of already being where you want to be. This is the power of assumption. Living as though your desire has already manifested. The stronger your feeling, the more real the experience becomes. Now, when you ask with feeling, you align yourself with the energy of your desire. Your desire is not a distant dream that one day may or may not come true. It is a present reality in your inner world, and your external world must match it. If you ask with a strong, vivid feeling of fulfillment, you are setting the stage for the universe to reflect that back to you. The emotions you feel are the creative force that sets the energy in motion. You must embody your desire as though it has already been fulfilled. For in doing so, you become a magnet for that fulfillment. The reason why many people fail to manifest their desires is because they do not fully engage with the emotional energy of their request. They may ask, but they ask half-heartedly, not truly believing in the possibility of receiving what they want. The key to manifestation is not merely asking, but asking with conviction. When you ask with conviction, you are placing your faith in the law of assumption, knowing that the universe must respond to your assumption that your desire is already fulfilled. This is not about begging or pleading for something. This is about aligning with the feeling of having already received it. Consider this analogy. You are standing at a table filled with food, and you are told to eat. You are given permission to take as much as you want, but you hesitate. You question whether you can truly have it, unsure if there will be enough. In that moment of hesitation, the act of eating becomes impossible. But when you approach the table with confidence, knowing that the food is there for you to enjoy, you freely take what is yours. It's the same with the universe. When you ask, do not hesitate or doubt. Ask with the certainty that it is already given to you, and you will receive it. Asking with feeling is not just about imagining or wishing. It's about living as if you already have what you want. It's about inhabiting the feeling of the fulfilled desire, living in that state of mind and heart. This is the essence of manifestation. When you ask with feeling, you are aligning yourself with the frequency of your desire, and the universe has no choice but to bring it into your reality. The universe is a mirror, and it reflects back to you what you feel. Feel the joy, feel the excitement, feel the gratitude, and the universe will reflect that back to you in the form of your manifested desires. When you ask like this, the universe cannot say no. It must say yes, because you have already aligned yourself with what you desire. The secret lies in the emotional energy you bring into your asking. When you feel the reality of your request as if it is already fulfilled, you become a magnet for your desires, and the universe responds accordingly. When you ask for something, you cannot do so with hesitation or uncertainty. Many people make the mistake of asking, but then second-guessing themselves. They ask, but in the back of their minds, they wonder if it's even possible, or they begin to question whether they truly deserve what they want. This is where doubt creeps in, and it's a silent killer of manifestation. Doubt is like a cloud that covers the sun. It blocks the flow of energy and prevents what you desire from coming into your life. If you ask but don't believe, you are not giving the universe the clear signal it needs to bring your desire to you. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces in the universe, yet it's something that many people overlook when they are trying to manifest their desires. It's easy to focus on what you don't have and wish for what you want, but true manifestation begins when you recognize the abundance that is already present in your life. The universe does not respond to a mindset of lack, but rather to one of gratitude. Gratitude is the key that opens the door to more of what you want. When you are thankful for what you already have, you send out a signal that you are ready to receive even more. Imagine that you are a magnet. You are constantly attracting things into your life based on the energy you give off. If you are focused on what you don't have, what you feel is missing, or what you wish was different, you are sending out an energy of lack. That energy is like a magnet pulling more of the same into your life. But when you focus on what you have, when you truly appreciate the abundance already in your life, you send out an energy of appreciation, and the universe responds by bringing you more of what you're thankful for. The key to using gratitude effectively in manifestation is to truly feel it. It's not enough to just say thank you or list the things you're grateful for. You must deeply feel the gratitude in your heart. When you take the time to reflect on the good things in your life, whether big or small, and truly feel the appreciation for them, you align yourself with the vibration of abundance. This is where the magic happens. The more you feel thankful for what you already have, the more the universe will respond by bringing you more to be thankful for. Gratitude becomes a powerful magnet for your desires, drawing them into your life. A common misconception is that you must wait until your desires are fulfilled before you can be grateful. This is the opposite of how the law of attraction works. You do not need to wait for your desire to manifest to feel grateful for it. In fact, the more you express gratitude for the fulfillment of your desires before they physically manifest, the more quickly they will show up in your life. By feeling gratitude in advance, you are aligning your energy with the reality you wish to create. You are telling the universe that you already know your desires are on their way and that you are ready to receive them. This act of gratitude before the manifestation is what many people call living in the end. When you live in the end, you act and feel as though your desires have already been fulfilled. You express gratitude as though what you want has already come into your life. If you desire a new job, for example, don't wait until you have the job to feel gratitude. Begin now. Feel the joy of having that new job already. Imagine the excitement, the satisfaction, the sense of accomplishment that you would feel if you had already secured the position. When you do this, you shift your vibration and begin attracting that job into your life because you are already aligned with the energy of having it. Gratitude is not just about the material things in your life. It's also about being grateful for your health, your relationships, your skills, your talents, and your opportunities. When you express gratitude for these things, you are acknowledging the abundance already present in your life. Even if things are not perfect, there is always something to be grateful for. The more you focus on what you have, the less energy you give to what you don't have. And that's when the universe begins to work in your favor. When you shift your focus to gratitude, the universe begins to shift to meet you where you are. Gratitude is also a tool for overcoming challenges and obstacles. If you are facing a difficult situation, it can be easy to get bogged down by negative thoughts and feelings. But by practicing gratitude, you can shift your perspective. Instead of focusing on the problem, focus on the lessons and growth that come from overcoming challenges. Be grateful for the strength and resilience you have developed and for the opportunity to learn and grow from the experience. When you do this, you shift from a mindset of struggle to one of empowerment. The universe responds to that energy by bringing you more opportunities to grow and succeed. Gratitude is not just about feeling thankful. It's about living in a state of appreciation. When you live in gratitude, you align yourself with the energy of abundance. You become a magnet for the things you desire because you are already in alignment with the vibration of having By practicing gratitude, you are telling the universe that you are ready to receive more, and the universe will respond accordingly. The more you appreciate what you have, the more you will attract to be thankful for. Gratitude is the secret key that unlocks the door to your desires. When you ask for something, there is a tendency to hold on tightly to the how and the when. People often get caught up in wanting to know exactly how their desires will manifest, how the pieces will fall into place, and when it will all happen. This is where attachment becomes a block to your manifestation. Attachment is a subtle form of doubt. It's the belief that you must control the process, that the outcome depends on your constant intervention. In doing so, you close yourself off from the natural flow of abundance that the universe is always trying to deliver to you. It's important to understand that the moment you attach to the outcome, when you fixate on the how or the when, you limit your ability to receive, you create resistance in the process. Think of it like trying to push a river. If you try to force the water to go in one direction, you only make the flow more difficult. The universe works the same way. When you let go of the need to control the process, you allow things to flow naturally and effortlessly. You simply set your desire in motion and trust that everything will unfold in its perfect timing. The truth is, the how is none of your business. It's not your job to figure out the details of how your desire will come to fruition. The moment you focus on the how, you begin to doubt that it will come in the perfect way. Your mind becomes consumed with how things might work out, whether you'll be able to get the money you need, or whether the person you want to be with will ever notice you. This constant worry and doubt creates a disconnect between you and your desire. You start to send out mixed signals to the universe, and as a result, the manifestation process becomes more difficult and slower. Instead, you must trust that the universe knows exactly how to bring your desire to you. When you ask, you must do so without any attachment to the method or the timing. Let the universe decide the how, and be open to the possibility that your desire could come you in unexpected ways. When you release the attachment to the outcome, you allow for infinite possibilities to manifest. The universe is not bound by your limited view of how things should unfold. It operates on a much higher level of intelligence and creativity. It can bring things into your life in ways that you could never have imagined, ways that are far better than what you could have planned for yourself. This is why detachment is so powerful. It's about releasing the need to control and trusting that the universe is always working for your highest good. The more you let go, the more space you create for your desire to manifest. Attachment, on the other hand, creates resistance. When you attach to something, you hold it so tightly that you don't give it room to grow. You keep pulling it back to you with your thoughts, your worries, and your fears. You get anxious, constantly checking to see if it's coming, trying to figure out when it will show up. This keeps your desire at arm's length, because it's not able to come to you until you fully release it. Letting go doesn't mean you stop desiring what you want. It doesn't mean you give up on your dream. It means you trust that it's already yours, and you stop looking for proof that it's on its way. You stop trying to control the timing and the circumstances. You let the universe do its work. You stop asking, when will it happen, and start living in the certainty that it already has. The moment you detach from the outcome, you release the pressure and allow the manifestation to come naturally. This is a profound shift in how you approach life. It's about moving from a mindset of lack and fear into one of trust and surrender. When you're attached, you're constantly living in fear that it won't happen or that you won't get what you want. But when you let go of the attachment, you step into a space of calm and confidence. You know that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. You trust that the universe is bringing you everything you need and that your desires are already on their way to you. When you practice detachment, you stop holding your desires like a clenched fist. Instead, you hold them with open hands, knowing that you don't need to control them in order for them to come to you. You trust that they will unfold in the right way at the right time. You simply focus on the feeling of already having your desire, and you allow the universe to take care of the details. Think about a child who asks for something like a toy. The child doesn't obsess over how the toy will come or when it will arrive. They simply ask and trust that they will receive it. They may even forget about it while they play, but they still know that their request will be fulfilled. This is the pure, untainted way of asking, and it's the way you should approach your desire. When you ask with certainty, gratitude, and detachment, the universe responds. When you let go of the attachment to how it will happen, you allow the process to unfold effortlessly. If you find yourself struggling with attachment, remind yourself that your desires are already on their way. They are already becoming a part of your reality. Trust that the universe is bringing them to you in the best way possible. All you have to do is ask, believe, and let go. Detachment is not about giving up. It's about allowing the universe to bring your desires to you in a way that is beyond your current understanding. Let go of the how and the when, and watch as your desires manifest in their perfect form. In the end, manifestation is not about struggling, forcing, or waiting for the perfect moment to act. It's about aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the belief that your desires are already yours. When you ask with certainty, feel the emotions of having already received what you want. Express deep gratitude for what you already have, and release attachment to how and when it will arrive. You open yourself to the natural flow of abundance that is constantly surrounding you. The universe is always ready to reflect back to you the energy you project. So by living as though your desires are already fulfilled, you create a clear path for them to manifest. It is through the power of assumption, living in the feeling of your wish fulfilled, that you align yourself with your desires in a way that allows the universe to respond with precision and speed. You don't need to know every detail or control every step of the process. Instead, trust that the universe knows exactly how to bring your desires into form, and your job is simply to remain faithful to the belief that they are already on their way. Manifestation is not magic, it is a law of life. It is a process of becoming in tune with your inner state and trusting that what you align with internally will be reflected externally. As you move through the world with unwavering certainty, gratitude, and detachment from the outcome, you create an energy of expansion, and the universe has no choice but to deliver exactly what you've asked for. So trust the process. Feel the joy of already having what you desire, and allow your life to unfold in its perfect way. The moment you believe it is already yours, the universe has no choice but to deliver it to you.